So I've made it to Michigan, where I spent the night boondocking on an organic farm that is owned by the family of a friend of mine from Alabama. I'm about to pull my van up in between the trees. I'm going to go ahead and cook some breakfast up, go ahead and set up a tarp and get a shower. I'll probably stay out here on the farm this morning and pull some weeds. And then I'll head up to Flint, Michigan to visit with my friends for a bit. So I'm making some potatoes and some onions, and I've got a few tomatoes that I'm going to throw in there from the garden right as these get finished up. I also have a loaf of homemade bread from a vendor there in Huntsville called Fred Bread, and it's a garlic and parmesan, I believe. It's going to be really tasty with this, that's for sure. I've already made my coffee, so that, and throw a little ranch dressing on these right here, and this is going to be an absolutely delicious breakfast for working on the farm. So here's my finished product. I've got potatoes and onions and tomatoes, a little bit of ranch dressing, and orange juice and coffee, and of course my toasted Fred bread. I didn't bring any butter, but I just toasted the bread in the pan right after the vegetables were finished. Alright, so here I am. I'm in Michigan, and I've set up a quick little tarp for a shower here. I'm kind of out in the middle of soybean field, and I'm fixing to get a really quick shower and do some work here on the farm, and later on today I'll be back on the road for a little while. After my shower, I went ahead and put up the tarp, but left my van parked in the trees, and then headed out to the garden to pull some weeds. This is an organic farm, so all the weeds are pulled by hand. There's a lot more labor intensive than just factory farms where they just spray everything. But in the middle of the first row, the farm owner and my friend's mom came out to see if I'd heard from my friend, because she apparently was having some sort of vehicle troubles and was stranded on the side of the road. So we spoke just briefly, and then I went back to the van and went to check my cell phone, and I did have a text from her, but by the time I had gotten to my phone, she had already had help on the way to come and pick up the van and pick her up. So I finished the 2 rows of Swiss chard I was working on, and then drove on into Flint to go visit with her and my other friends that live in the area there. Good morning, everybody. This is my last day here in Michigan. I'll be heading out pretty much after lunch here, or breakfast. I'm not sure which this is. I just got up, got up about a half an hour ago. It's about 10 minutes after 9 now, and I'm heating up one of the food packets that I made from home. This is Swedish cabbage rolls. So I'm having Swedish cabbage rolls and some tomatoes and cucumbers from out of the garden, and some coffee that I made right here for breakfast. So once this gets all finished, I'll go ahead and clean up and start packing the van back up for my trip to Pennsylvania. It's going to take me a little over 5 hours to get to Pennsylvania. I've got a couple stops in Detroit that I want to make to check out some stores and stuff here in Michigan before I head out. And Detroit's about an hour away, maybe a little over an hour away from where I'm at now. And then I'm going to be traveling along Lake Erie. Probably stop at Lake Erie for a little while and enjoy some beach time, and then I'll be headed on to Pennsylvania after that. So my 5-hour trip is probably going to be more like 7 or 8. Okay, so I've got my Swedish cabbage rolls. It's kind of dark in here. I hope you can see this. I have my Swedish cabbage rolls all prepared and heated up. And this water that I heated it in actually came out of the cooler. And because it's nice and hot, I'm going to pour it over here into the sink and use it as dishwater. There's no reason to just toss it out. We can just recycle that and do the dishes once I'm finished. Okay, so I've been having my brunch, and I didn't eat it all. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wrap this up in some aluminum foil, stick it back in the cooler, and as I start my journey today, my 5-hour trip or so to Pennsylvania, as I start getting hungry for lunch or whatever, I'll go ahead and pop this into the little 12-volt oven, reheat it back up, and by the time I get stopped, it'll be hot and ready to eat, so I can finish it off without wasting it. Okay, I am leaving the farm that hosted me for the last couple days. This is an organic farm out here in just outside of Flushing, Michigan, and I know the daughter of the owners pretty well. I'm very grateful that they allowed me to stay here, and so I'm on my way to Pennsylvania now. It's going to take me about 5 hours plus because I got a couple stops I want to make, a couple things I want to check out in the area before heading on out. So the places I want to stop are actually near Detroit, so I'm going to be going from where we are near Flushing, Michigan, down through Detroit, around the Great Lakes, and traveling most of Lake Erie for a little while. So I may stop in at Lake Erie and check out the beach for a little bit. So thanks for watching, y'all. Please subscribe for more, and I'll see you on the road.